Oh my, oh my. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Ladies, germs, folks of all stripes, welcome back. Welcome back. I can't believe it. I am so pumped to have you, America, and the world here with us. Welcome back. My name's Jovi, and I am the game master for this next season of The Familiars. That's right. To say that we are excited is an understatement. I am so psyched that you're here either watching or listening on a podcast, as it were, in your headphones. No matter what, I want to take a moment to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming back with us. And we're going to walk through just the sort of basic ups and downs of what we're going to be doing over the next little while, introduce our players again, and get rolling. So welcome. I've got a little thing that I wrote here, so bear with me, everybody, please. Welcome to the thrilling new episode of The Familiars. We are broadcasting. Here's a new thing. We're broadcasting from Bailey Wiki's channel on YouTube. And I can just say we are honored and delighted to be collaborating with Bailey Wiki, whose assets have significantly elevated the aesthetic of our maps. And today we'll be embarking on the Paizo adventure path, the Extinction Curse. That's right. That is right. And that also means that we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. No longer Dungeons and Dragons. We've moved on to a new game. And after an intense journey through the majority of the Dungeons and Dragons adventure Storm King's Thunder, our party found themselves at a pivotal juncture, both as adventurers and as players, let's be real. Following a well-deserved break and navigating through the OGL issue, I believe, we unanimously agreed that Pathfinder 2nd Edition is the perfect game for us, given its exceptional adventure paths. So, listeners, watchers, viewers, in this inaugural episode, we will introduce our players and their respective characters, provide some context about the backstory of this adventure, and we'll leave you in a little bit of suspense with the first moment of the adventure proper. All right? So yeah, I just want to give another shout out to everyone over at Bailey Wiki. We're so psyched to be a part of their channel. And if you like what you see, be sure to check out their stuff on Patreon. And if they've got a video, if you're playing a tabletop role-playing game, they've got a video to help you work through whatever you're working through online. All right. Lastly, this is important. So we encourage you to point out any rules of Pathfinder that we, meaning I, got wrong. We're just super psyched to be learning this new game. We're doing pretty good with it, but a great way for y'all to be involved is to hit us up through Discord. All the information is going to be below, and chat with us about what we screwed up, so that the next time, and hey, if you do that, we'll shout you out. We'll be like, oh, we screwed up this rule. Thanks. And we won't say it with any kind of passive aggressiveness or anything. We'll just say it with love in our hearts.
Yeah, thanks.
But that'll
thanks, Roger.
Thanks. No, Roger7824, thank you.
Thanks for calling me out.
I actually play the game perfectly, so it'll be fun for you to figure out what I messed up for you. Call me out on.
This is a great way to engender more audience.
I mean, are they calling us out, or are they calling us in?
Hey.
Right? Yeah. We're just happy to be here with you, Roger. Our commitment is to deliver an entertaining story that keeps you coming back week after week. Rest assured, I will make mistakes. I'm still talking about this. I will make some mistakes with the rules, but your corrections will only help me learn and improve.
You'll be okay.
That's enough of that. And we'll have
a couple more paragraphs. Hang on.
Sometimes I mess up. I'm only human.
Listen, this game is tough. The rules are hard.
I have one more paragraph. We will have a dedicated, this is important, we'll have a dedicated hashtag on the Discord for rules-related discussions. But I actually wrote the next part. Let's not wait any longer. Allow me to introduce our players. once and for all. Once and for all, our players. I'm super pumped to be
For the
doing
first time and potentially
first
the
time.
last.
Potentially the last. Our listeners still there? I want to go around. We're just going to go around and just tell us your name, your character's name, and how about ancestry and class. All right, starting with you, Alex. Walk us through it.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm Alex. I am playing a catfolk witch named Vega Vellare, and her heritage is a 9 lives catfolk. It's a very they're a very lucky family. I come from a very lucky family. And people whisper that we have 9 lives, and I think it's true. I think that's it. Anything else? Oh, I'm a seer. I'm a diviner. What I think it's called the Mystic Seer, and it's only in this adventure path. So,
nice.
Really fun. Really excited to do that. Happy to be here.
Thanks, Alex. Coming to us over the airwaves, Austin.
Hi, kids. Yeah, my camera's broken, but for those in the podcast, that doesn't fucking matter. You can't. You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Yeah. So I'm playing a little guy named Fortunato Fagioli, but people call him Fluke.
Nice.
He's a halfling. His ancestry is halfling, a hillock halfling to be specific, which means that he can be. If you use the medicine skill check on him, he can augment that by eating a snack, which is just
That's
hilarious.
so you,
So
Austin.
funny. Yeah. So he's a clown in this circus, but his class is cleric, so I'm gonna have fun like sort of squaring how a clown is a cleric. And I think he's pretty early on in his journey with God, his deity.
Okay.
He's sort of a luck-based cleric.
Okay.
So he's going to be boosting the group with like rerolls and luck as he advances in the game, and he's also sort of the healer in the group.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Fluke. We love you, Fluke.
Love you, Fluke.
Yeah.
Love you,
Fluke.
Austin.
I love you guys.
Thanks, man.
And you.
And us.
You're okay.
And us, we. Ben.
Yes.
Hey, bud.
Hey, pals. All right, I'm Ben. I am playing a human battle oracle named Reverend Chuck Larsen. He is the barker for the circus, and also a sort of a teamster, working backstage, helping loadouts, helping break the circus down, and he usually seems pretty up for anything. He's a pretty as we'll shortly see, he's a pretty gregarious guy.
Nice.
So that's Chuck.
All right, Chuck.
Chuck Larsen.
Annalise, how's it going?
It's okay. I'm excited. Joby, do you want to know what we look like, or are we just telling you?
We're gonna do. I'm
forget the
gonna save that for a little scene.
Okay.
Coming up. But yeah, just
Great.
just the headlines.
Just tell
you.
Hi, I'm Annalise. I'm playing Cranston, who is a created flesh warp kineticist.
Wow.
What and how turned me into a flesh warp and a kineticist? Y'all don't know. And what I used to be before I was a flesh warp, y'all don't know. And Cranston keeps to himself a lot. He's the animal wrangler of the circus. He has some tricks that he can do, but he really doesn't like doing them.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
I already love Cranston. I can tell.
Thanks, Annalise.
He's shy. He's a gentle soul.
Yeah.
Cranston.
Beautiful.
Why are you crying?
I just watched that episode of 30 Rock the other day. I've started to dream as Cranston.
Oh boy. Great, awesome, love it, beautiful. Thank you, Annalise and Cranston. Last but certainly not least, hey Zach, how are you?
Hey Joe B, how are you?
Oh, I'm all right.
All right. I'm playing Ralton, who is a goblin braggart swashbuckler.
Uh-huh.
He's of the unbreakable goblin heritage.
Mm.
We're doing a little bit of a custom background for Ralton, and I'm calling the custom background Terrifying Performer.
You hear that, Paizo?
We're going to learn more about what that means. Ralton's spent some time as a traveling player. He spent some time as a circus performer. He spent some time as a pirate, amongst other things. Was there any other info we need in there? Unbreakable Goblin Heritage? Yeah.
That sounds good.
That's the
I just
vibe.
want to give our listeners a little bit of time to get used to all of the dulcet sounds of each and every one of y'all's voices. I think we have that in the bag. And I think that we should get into the adventure proper. What do you guys think?
Whew. All right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very emotional.
Good.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Me too. Now, we're going to be playing the Extinction Curse Adventure Path. Thanks to Paizo. We are in Book 1 of the Extinction Curse, entitled The Show Must... Anybody?
Go on.
There you go. Thank you.
Do I get
The
a hero
show
point?
must go on. I was
point?
actually thinking about it.
Yeah?
And no, you don't.
Oh.
I had the thought, but it left.
So thirsty.
An evil hungers beneath the earth. This ancient enemy seeks to undo Eridan's work from millennia ago and bring desolation to the Isle of Kortos. The heroes destined to confront this enemy have humble beginnings, working as members of a novice circus troupe on the Isle of Iran, just off the north coast of the Isle of Kortos. These humble heroes are fated for much more than the circus, however, and with skill and luck, might save the entire region from the Extinction Curse. That's a nice little teaser. Thank you, writers of this adventure.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, all right? So the Extinction Curse adventure path begins near the small town of Abberton. And this is the Isle of Iran to the north here. I can zoom in, okay? And Abberton has little to recommend it to anyone, but basically it's insular inhabitants. And its once thriving farms, they're producing fewer and fewer crops. And its ranchers have smaller herds than prior generations. So this place is, it's hurting at the moment, just to say the least.
They're not
Now-
jolly ranchers.
They're not jolly ranchers.
Dad.
Oh, Dad. So, all that to be said, to add to their problems, the town's sheriff has disappeared, and some of its most prominent citizens are gone. The going rumors are, this is no doubt seeking greener pastures elsewhere. But if the people of Abberton are in need of anything, it's for spectacle. And specifically, they sure are in need of the spectacle of a traveling circus. So the Circus of Wayward Wonders has arrived and can provide just this exhibition that the town needs. The newly founded circus is built on the high hopes of its members. Many are former employees of a different circus called the Celestial Menagerie, and this is in the nearby city of Escadar on the same island. Now, this was run by someone named Mistress Dusklight, and Mistress Dusklight is an abusive owner. She's abusive to her employees and downright sadistic to many of the animals that she exhibits. Her shows are always wondrous to behold, and she brings in significant funds operating one of Escadar's most celebrated attractions. But the public face Mistress Dusklight displays to the crowds is a thin veneer over her callous and self-serving nature. And some of Mistress Dusklight's employees, aka the heroes, decided that they'd had enough of her tyranny and slipped away to form their own circus. And these refugees from the Celestial Menagerie founded the traveling Circus of Wayward Wonders. Now, after a few seasons to acquire equipment, to train, and practice, the Circus of Wayward Wonders is ready for its first big public show, hosted in the town of Abberton. So this is where we start our adventure. And I think what will be fun is that if we all imagine that we are, well, to put it a different way, it's the day of the show, y'all. And
damn you, I was gonna make that joke as soon as you stopped talking.
You gotta.
It was on my list of jokes too.
Yeah,
There's always space for you at the
Fucking
Dairy Queen.
theater
Zach.
kids.
I've been
Don't
thinking
worry.
about this for about 4 months, so catch up. And I'm gonna say it's around midday, okay? And each of you are somewhere around the circus, basically doing some kind of preparation. And you all are feeling some combination of excitement and nerves. How much of each is up to you. But there's a lot on the line. This is the first public performance of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. And I'd say two folks who are very important to y'all's troupe are the head of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. One, Myron Stendhal. And this guy he was part of Mistress Dusklight's circus. And he was one of the first to really start to express discontent at what was going down secretly, and just trying to gauge folks' temperature. His nickname is Thunder because he was the face that would come out to just be the ringleader of the circus. Big booming voice and loves performing. But what Mistress Dusklight was up to was too much. And he approached each of you individually, as well as others that now make up the circus, and helped to organize the exit. He's been working tirelessly alongside you to make sure that the show goes well. And I'd like to imagine that he is walking around, checking in with each of you, just to gauge how the day is going. So this is a big, just barrel of a human. He's got long, flowing white hair, this big Santa beard, right? And even when he's expressing discontent, there always seems to be this twinkle in his eye. And he's wandering around the camp, and let's say he finds you, Chuck, first. So
Right.
Myron comes up to you, Chuck, and Chuck, can you tell us what Myron might see?
Sure. Yeah. So Myron, as he approaches, he sees old Chuck, and he's a pretty towering presence. He's human. He stands about like 6'7" or so. He's got white hair, kind of like Myron, but his is pulled back in kind of a tight, neat ponytail. And he's got a oh yeah, there we go. He's got a nice trimmed little Van Dyke there, and wire glasses. And he wears He wears usually like just a simple white button down and some khakis, but up top he has this armor, this kind of breastplate that's a little unusual. It almost looks it's gleaming white, and it looks like it's made out of like marble. And he strapped on his back is this huge sledgehammer. And if you were to get up close enough to it, you'd see at the head of the hammer, scrawled into it, carved the name Linda. And he turns around at Myron. Oh, hey there, Myron. How are you?
Oh, Chuck, good to see you. How's it going? How's the preparations for the show going today?
Oh, we're doing fine. We got all the stakes in nice and deep, just the way I like them. I did my exercises this morning, drummed up a little crowd that are already lining up to see the show there. And
folks of Abberton, seem to be quite excited. You did wonderful work this week.
I found the folks of Abberton to have a certain sort of, a comfortable kind of vernacular.
You don't say.
Well, what I'm trying to say is they're real easy to talk to.
I agree. Sometimes I get concerned when we get out real rural here that I'm not going to be able to connect with regular, everyday folks of the Starstone Isle. But every time I realize that's more about me than them.
Right. Real salt of the earth. Real.
So that's just what I was going to say. Salt
right,
of the earth.
Johnny Q, cup of Joe.
If I look for the similarities and not the differences, I always seem to get a little bit further along. I just wanted to say thank you, Chuck.
Oh, you got it. Oh, sure.
For everything you've done.
Betcha.
I think that we are on track to have quite the audience, and that's a lot to do with you. So
it's nothing. It's a pleasure.
Anyway, good to see you. I'm going to do the rounds here, but I'll see you before showtime, yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be standing outside. I'll post up out there.
Wonderful. Thanks, Chuck. All right. And Myron starts walking around, checking in on this, that, and the other thing. And he wanders over to you, Fluke. Fluke, what do you think you're doing in preparation for the show? What do we see as Myron comes up on you?
Fluke is he's layering cuts of meat onto pieces of bread, and it's just stacking up this huge, comically oversized sandwich with a lot of concentration. He's very focused on it. He says, "Not now, Myron. I'm in the middle of something."
Oh, sure.
What does it look like?
What does Fluke look like?
I'm glad
aside from his sandwich.
Fluke is a hillock halfling. He's a chubby dude. He's about 3.5 feet tall, with these thick, calloused feet. He never wears shoes. He has spats that he wears, and his tops of his feet are covered in fur. He's got this big shock of red hair and a really kind, round face that has today clown makeup on. He's got clown white on, really rouged cheeks and rouged nose, and he's just getting ready for the show, having his pre-show snack.
Sure, I know you. I do know, Fluke, that I wouldn't interrupt usually your pre-show snack.
But you are.
You got me. And you can see that Myron would truly never do this. And Fluke, you can see that Myron, maybe he's just a little nervous. And it's a bit disarming. I'll say that maybe it's a color that you haven't necessarily seen of him in a while. And he says, I just wanted to just check in with still a little bit of time before the show. How's the trick feeling today?
Myron, Is this about me or is this about you?
Myron's taken
Myron.
aback.
You're
Oh.
the greatest ringmaster I've ever seen. You're going to do great, kid, okay? Now just let me have this sandwich so I can have the energy that I need to do my job as well as I can, okay?
All right.
The
Always
trick's going to be great. The trick's going to be gangbusters. I got the whole team lined up.
Oh.
And if anything goes wrong, I'll take care of it. It's going to be fine.
You see right through me, Luke. What can I say? Enjoy your sandwich, and I'll go control what I can control. You know what I mean?
Sure.
All right. Well,
All right.
see you before the show.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Fluke. Myron keeps on making his rounds, and he finds you, Ralton. What does Myron find you doing in preparation for the show? And you can let us know what we see as we see Ralton.
Well, first, I think the minute Myron approaches, a knife kind of comes flying and lands at his feet, and Ralton goes, "Oh, sorry." And he'd see Ralton, who's sort of a 3.5 foot tall goblin with green skin, and he's wearing what almost looks like a red leather doublet that looks like a cross between a circus ringleader and a pirate doublet, and he's got a white billowy shirt on with a cravat and a big hat. And what he noticed that is different with Ralton than other goblins is, whereas a lot of the goblins in Galarian have those bright red eyes, Ralton, through years of training and trying to become transformational, has actually been able to get at will the red out of his eyes, and they look much more human to make him more acceptable to the tall folk.
Oh, you dropped this.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's my fault. I walked right into it. What can I say?
That's absolutely right. I was going to say that.
Oh, well, good.
What can I do you for, Myron? I'm right in the middle of rehearsing a new act.
Elbows and knees today, I guess. Just, forgive me. Just another,
No, it's all right. Actually, stay and watch. I've got a new bit. I was thinking I could show it to you. Yeah. So
that'd be great.
It's a one-man acrobatic knife juggling reenactment of the legendary fight between Abberton and Varadny during the first siege of Absalom.
My
So
God.
I'm going to be playing both parts. Lots of choreography, lots of knives. I think it's going to be a big hit.
Ralton, I can't believe it. This sounds delightful. Something I'm finding as the ringmaster, the show's not mine anymore. It's out of my hands.
No, it's definitely not yours. Definitely not yours. I've been saying that for years.
It's not. It's yours.
Yeah.
It's
by the
your
way,
show.
can we? I have a notice for the program. Can you put it in?
It's going to be tough. It's a couple hours, but
yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just first two
it an
rows might
insert?
get stabbed.
First, did you say? Let me talk to Chuck and see if we can work that.
Yeah,
in.
if
Is there
not,
any
no
way
biggie. It's not a big deal.
It sounds like a big deal. It sounds like it could be figure it out, right?
Figure it
Tomato.
Tomato.
Chuck comes wandering in. What is something about the code that we're changing here?
Chuck, I just want to have you and Ralton maybe have a little side convo here. Ralton's got a few concerns he wants to share with the
I'm not
audience.
concerned.
Oh, I'll be the first to say I'm a little concerned.
No.
There's going to be
Myron is
nerves.
concerned.
It's going to be shaky hands. It's been a long time since any of us have been in front of an actual audience. I just don't want to underestimate.
Well, I just want to say, Myron, what I learned during my years on the road, and Chuck can back me up here.
Right.
When you're feeling worried about what's going to happen in the show, you just try not to.
That's right. He's right. You gotta
push it down.
You gotta
Just
let
push it
go.
down.
Let God.
Push
Don't
it
let
down.
go. Let God.
And let go, let God.
Yeah.
So, okay. This is great. I feel. You know what? I feel reassured.
I'm glad we had this chat.
Me too. Chuck, just make sure you just maybe give a little bit of a look-see to the tips on those blades. I wouldn't
Right.
mind just a second look on those.
And Chuck, don't forget the tops.
Yeah. Oh, I already taped them down. Yeah, and I got a lot of some hay and newspaper shredded down below. It should soak up anything.
You're a champion, a bloody champion.
Sure thing.
Bloody
right,
champion.
I'm gonna grab a shower.
Myron walks away. Less. He was sort of hoping to be more sure, and he's realizing that he's made the number one mistake of any director, which is to talk to the performers the day of the show.
We talked about this, Myron. No notes after half hour, please.
Oh yeah, no, I just come to hang out. Just hoping we can hang out now that the show's almost done.
You say it's just a hangout, but then you start giving us feedback, and that's a no.
It's not feedback. It's just my opinion. I just
We
feedback. It's just one man.
We can't do this again and again, Myron. Please.
What's one man's opinion? I'm just like you now. I'm really just like you.
I've got to get rehearsed. I can't. I haven't got
all right.
Varadni's final moves down before the death throes. So if you please just give me a moment, thank you.
God. Anyway, Myron walks on, and Myron then finds Vega. And what do you think Vega is up to at the moment? And what do we see when we see Vega?
So when you see Vega, you see this small. She's certainly not the size of a halfling, but she's a medium-sized to small little catfolk lady, and she actually has this beautiful fur that's so dark it looks almost blue, and what can only be described as it's dye, but with gold kind of around her skin and her face, and she has a hood on and is draped in this blue and gold flowing outfit, and she's talking to herself and looks like she's getting in an argument in the corner, and she's holding this big gold ball while talking to herself vehemently, and you hear her say no, but if you don't go and get it, then we can't. Well, what am I supposed to do? But then what are you supposed to do? I don't even know if he's gonna let us do it. And you're going to set up for me?
Vega, sorry, I don't mean to sneak up on you. I just wanted to say hello and break legs, all that.
Thank you so much for letting me perform today. I really appreciate it. I've always wanted to be in the circus, and I really think I can do a good job and not let you down. But if I let you down, I really need to know that you're not mad at me.
Oh, Vega, the only way that you could let me down is to do a mediocre trick and have people not like it. That's really the only. I'm kidding. You've already won. Oh gosh, this is just another. I just keep walking right into it. I think oh no.
Sorry, Myron. I've always wanted to be a performer so much.
You already are a performer. You are.
But I'm truly not, because I've never performed before, and this is my first time.
Vega, I've been doing this a long, long time. I was with the Menagerie for years upon years, decades. I can't remember a time when I haven't been a ringmaster, and I've seen many people perform. I've seen people who I thought would be great totally shit the bed, and I've seen people who I thought had no talent, none whatsoever.
Shut your face. Shut up. Yeah. Sorry. What?
Were you telling?
I found that very inspiring. Shut up. You just see Vega sort of flick her hair back, almost like there's something in her ear, and she's and you see this little bat fly out. It's actually the cutest thing you've ever seen. It's like a tiny, adorable bat. And I say, sorry, I don't know if I've introduced you. This is Fiorello. And you see him do a little bow. I know. And we're just going over our performance notes. So
sure. Yes, of course. Well, I should just I should lead I'm burying the lead here is what I'm trying to say. What I
Are
just
you
want to say.
firing me?
No, Vega, I'm not firing you. I'm trying to tell you that I've seen your rehearsals and you're going to be wonderful.
Thanks.
Don't fuck it up. That's what we say. No, it's something we say. I'm sorry. It's something that. Oh,
Okay, I won't fuck it up,
No,
Myron.
it's-
I swear.
and
And you see her just run away into the shadows and like, she's talking like this.
gosh, Myron just keeps walking around and seeing some of the other performers that are part of your troupe, and again, it just seems like Myron had this idea about how this all would go, and he's really realizing to himself that the show is going to be what it's going to be, and he has his job to do, which is to simply just try to ignite the imaginations of the audience as best he can, and then let the cards fall as they may. But he's got one more stop to make, and he comes over to you, Cranston. And Cranston, what do we see, and what are you doing?
So you see a large figure whose body type is best described as almost like my neighbor Totoro. Can't tell if it's like 6'5", 6'7", maybe even 6'9", and that is because on the top of this creature's head there are these long, sharp, crude horns that are not made of bone, but look like they have been chiseled from rock. And instead of those fur tufts that you might expect on a rotund, sweet, soft My Neighbor Totoro, you see closer up that they're shards of flint and shale and obsidian and more pointy rock. This big round moon face with two big sort of tea saucers of eyes that are burning yellow, and a mouth that when it opens has that same sort of yellow glow. And Cranston is in the animal area, and you just see this big creature with his sort of four-clawed hand. You look, he's standing over a horse, and as you look closer, he's just kind of brushing the horse very delicately and gently. And you hear that he's whispering to the horse, and he's like, "I know she hurt you last time. I know she hurt you with the audience. But do a good job, and I've treats for you. Apples, carrots, sugar cubes.
Myron comes
I've been
around
saving them from dinner."
and makes
Say
sure
more
that the
vegetables.
horse. Yeah, I was gonna let that go, but Myron
Diet
comes around
Coke.
just for the sake of our
Yeah.
listeners. Myron comes around to make sure that makes sure that the horse sees him and comes up and says, "Cranston, you're taking mighty fine care of that steed there."
They're nervous, Myron. They don't like the audience.
I know. I'm glad that they're in your care. You seem to have a way with them.
I just like to talk to them. They're so soft.
Oh. Anytime that I've been handling any of these animals after they've been with you, they just seem to have a certain sereneness, calmness, and openness. And I just wanted to come and say thank you for everything that you've been helping out with.
Myron's words sort of make Cranston's face flush a little yellow and orange. And then Cranston sort of turns away from the horse and looks down at the ground and reaches down towards Myron and tugs on Myron's sleeve very gently and says, "Myron, I won't have to do the trick again, will I? I didn't like the trick she made me do."
Myron looks right at you, Cranston. And whereas many folk, you're used to folk looking at you or not looking at you or avoiding looking at you, but if they do end up looking at you, it's a mixture of fear, revulsion, or disgust. And for whatever reason, Myron looks directly at you. And it's probably one of the reasons that you were attracted to his presence at first, is that there seems to be very little judgment and even some warmth. And Myron looks at you and says, Cranston, with our circus troupe, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Myron.
Thank you, Cranston. All right. Will the horses be ready for the show?
They're ready. I've got the ribbons in their manes and everything.
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't even ask for that, and I just didn't know I wanted it until I saw it. You know what I mean?
We look nice, so they should look nice.
You're right, Cranston. All right. Fluke's got a pretty big sandwich over there. I don't think he's going to finish it. If you get hungry, you just go talk to him maybe once he's done or sleeping. All right?
All right.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. You just read the room, you know? Now, we finish up with preparations and we go through the next few hours. And all of you now, as the sun's beginning to set, can see the folk of Abberton beginning to sort of file in to the circus. Chuck, we'll put you just like right at the door. You know, you're sort of your spot where you're welcoming folks in, and Myron's on the other side of the door. And any sort of nervousness or insecurity, you can see Myron just like turn that switch on, and you guys have this like rapport going back and forth, and folks just seem to like light up as they're coming in, and you can see that the general vibe is a little stressful, you know, as people are coming up. There's maybe, you know, groups here, groups there, you know, families coming in that are maybe squabbling or fighting with a little extra spice to it. There are some low, tired faces, folks that look maybe a little worried, but as the lights begin to hit their faces, and Chuck, you know exactly what to do here, just tossing out quips and sending people up in just the perfect way, walking the line. Everyone's walking in with this just big smile on their face. And you all see that, I mean, this place is packed. You have a pretty solid size of a tent, and it feels like everybody in town has come to see you, right? Myron's second in command is this guy named the Professor, and he's this tall, skinny, older gentleman, human, with close cropped hair that is long in the back, and he was a fire eater for a really long time, and now is sort of more of a second in command stage manager, helping behind the scenes when Myron needs to go out into the ring. All right. But he's got this really raspy voice because he's been a fire eater for a long time. And so there's no chance that he would ever be able to be a ringmaster, but he is also just this incredibly warm presence. And as Myron is out there in front with Chuck, the Professor is getting everybody into place and, you know, calling out to you, Vega, and all right, Fluke, you know, just be ready for when Myron calls you out, and Ralton, all right, you're going to be right after Fluke. It says, all right, I think that's, you guys remember what Myron told you, right? About the order of things and how it's all going to go down. Right. Of course. Yes. Cranston, great work all around. Just stay back and, you know, don't let anybody see you. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone's getting ready to go on. All right.
Joby, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
When
of course.
you say that the Professor has close cropped hair with long hair in the back, do you mean a mullet?
I think he means hockey hair.
Hockey, yeah. Hockey. That's yes. Yeah.
Great. Okay, just checking. Thank you. I just
Hockey
for my performance.
Hockey hair is
Hockey
is
hair,
what I
got
meant. Yeah. So
I sported that haircut back when I was a little pup. Oh, you betcha I had hockey hair.
So shall we? I think we're ready. Should we get into the first moment of the adventure?
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Here's the first bit of pre-written text, y'all. Okay. So the Circus of Wayward Wonders performs in this enormous tent capable of holding hundreds of people. All right. And that's a good thing because it seems like the entire population of Abberton has turned out for the show. Now, many of the town's most prominent figures, including the mayor himself, has come, and they're jostling for the seats. All right. And they're all peering at the 3 rings that fill the center of the tent and waiting excitedly for the show to begin. And as the lights go down and the audience settles onto their seats, the circus's performers take their places backstage, waiting for their cues. But suddenly, several of the performers closest to the curtain that separates the 3 rings from the rest of the tent leave their assignments. Now, gathering in a small crowd to exchange frightened whispers and hushed gasps. Amid the group, his body contorted as if caught forever in the throes of terrible pain, is the corpse of ringmaster Myron Thunder Stendhal.
No.
Everyone in the circus knew Myron for his amazing, powerful voice that could bring instant silence to the largest crowd, and he knew everything there is to know about putting on a successful performance. And now, he's dead.
No.
But the crowd is still out there, and they're waiting for a show. So happy that you all joined us for the first episode of The Familiars playing The Extinction Curse. Be sure to subscribe to Bailey Wiki's channel. We'll be coming out with new episodes every single week. We're super pumped that you're here. Check out the Discord. Check out everything that Bailey Wiki has to offer. And our intent is all for your delight. Catch you guys next week. Woo!